our Sonics. Get K9 ready. Ready? And a bag of jelly babies, and get ready for season 17 of Doctor Who, the classic era. So, today we're in for a sort of short season, but not short. Season 17, which ran from, let's get it up on my phone here. Season 17 of Doctor Who ran from... Season 17 ran from the 1st of September 1979 up until the 12th of January 1980. And it consisted of 5 serials and 20 episodes, though one serial of 6 episodes was planned to be during that season but was never aired because of the story not being finished. We'll get to that when we'll get to that, but let's start off with the first story, which is a 4-parter, story number 104, and it's called Destiny of the Daleks. And it's, as you probably can guess, a Dalek story and features the return of Davros, the creator of the Daleks. And what's interesting about this one is that since at the end of season 16, where we had the key to time, the Doctor installed a randomizer to just get somewhere random in order to, well, basically make sure that the Black Guardian couldn't follow them, because if they don't know where they're going, he won't know where they're going. And ironically, the first random destination was Skaro, the home planet of the Daleks. And I think this one might actually be the last, or at least is one of the last Dalek stories written by Terry Nation, the creator of the Daleks. So this 4-parter, well, basically they end up on Skaro and meet this other race which is there to fight the Daleks, and the Daleks are digging to find the corpse of Davros and try to revive it, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next up, story number 105. City of Death. This one is written by David Agnew, it says, though it's a pseudonym used by the BBC, and actually this one is written by Douglas Adams, who was script editor during the 17th season. By the way, I forgot some things to mention about this season. This season featured Tom Baker as the Doctor, Lalla Ward as the newly regenerated Romana, and also it has K9 as a companion, featured by, voiced by David Brearley, I think his name is. Well, David Brearley, he played K9 during this season because John Leeson didn't want to, and they had sort of idea to make it possible, and said that K9 had a injury in his throat, sickness, which made him sound different. And yeah, so this City of Death is the first time Doctor Who is recorded and takes place, both takes place out of and is recorded out of Great Britain, and it was recorded in Paris, actually. And yeah, pretty great story, and this one was also novelized recently by Gareth Roberts. We'll talk about Gareth Roberts a bit later. This is, by the way, story 105, and it's a 4-parter. The next 4-parter, The Creature from the Pit, is story 106. And, well, basically it features the creature from the pit, and the creature from the pit is, well, sort of thing that they decide to sacrifice people to, though maybe the monster in the creature in the pit isn't that dangerous as it seems. Yeah, you'll need to watch the story. Pretty good story, actually. Not the worst, though. This story is actually, this season is actually the first where the story is actually starts to get a bit less good, though they're still good, but yeah, the story value unfortunately gets, well, worse basically, but not bad, still not bad. So The Creature from the Pit. Next up we have another 4-parter, story number 107, and it's The Nightmare of Eden, which is sorry for coughing a bit that. Okay, so The Nightmare of Eden, well basically it's a story where they have this machine that, well, projects a, well, it's a machine called the CET, and it projects like a picture of a place. But the thing is, this place that is pictured in this machine, basically you can jump into the picture and experience what happens there, and things can come out of the picture. And well, since it's called The Nightmare of Eden, it's because one of the planets that are in these pictures that they jump in and out of is the planet Eden. Yeah. Lastly, we have the last official story of the season, which is The Force of Nyman. Story number 108, 4-parter, and it's featured in Myth and Legends box sets, which also features the Time Monster, a 3rd Doctor story, and Underworld, a 4th Doctor story. So this is the one that is chronologically last in the Myths and Legends box set. So, Force of Nyman. I just watched this like a few hours ago, and well, here we can talk about the story that isn't that great, because, well, the story is a bit confusing, but still it's sort of interesting because Romana actually gets to be sort of a hero in this one, which I really like. Also, this one features the first Doctor Who stories that were aired in the 80s. Episode number 3 to be exact. And, well, it's about these Nymons, which are sort of like, well, they're sort of Minotaur-looking creatures, and yeah, they absorb energy from people, basically, yeah, kill them, to survive themselves. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one, even though I just watched it, because, yeah, wasn't the best. So, and at this point, when I'm going through all these, I just usually say, that's it for season, well, in this case 17, but it's actually not, because we have an additional thing, which is this, the Legacy collection. And the thing was that the last story of this season was supposed to be a story called Shara, written by Douglas Adams. Here we have it. And the thing about this one is that, well, the story wasn't finished to 100%, so it's missing some parts of the story. Well, those parts weren't recorded at all because of a strike, which ended up with this story being unfinished and not being aired, but it was supposed to be aired at the end of season 17. And, well, we have a linking material on this one featuring Tom Baker, who, well, basically links the narration where stuff wasn't recorded. And I'll just take this and take it up here. Let's see, Shara. I'm just gonna tell you how long each episodes are. So, these episodes of Shara were supposed to be 25 minutes, well, about 25 minutes, which is the regular thing for a Doctor Who series. But this one was instead... So the first story was almost finished, and it's 24 minutes and 34 seconds. The second episode was just 17 minutes and 56 seconds. The third part, 17 minutes 29 seconds. Fourth part, 17 minutes 43 seconds. Fifth part, 14 minutes 11 seconds. And sixth part, 17 minutes 43 seconds. So we have approximately like 7 minutes unfilmed material for each episode of the story. And yeah, so in 1992 the Lincoln narration version was released on VHS. Yeah, pretty much what I got to say about this one. So, it's featured on this, the Legacy Collection, and as well on this, the Legacy Collection, besides the story Shara, you get this one, More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS, which is a documentary which was aired in November 1993 when the story, when the show was, well, you could say celebrating their 30th birthday, although they had officially been off the air for almost 4 years by then. Yeah, and it collects, it contains the documentary More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS, which is about a 1.5 hour long documentary. It is also including remembering Nicholas Courtney, because Nicholas Courtney, who played the Brigadier, had recently passed away when this one was about to be released, and thereby, no, not recently, 2 years actually, but yeah, they featured the documentary since he had passed away. Also, it featured documentary, oh, sorry, I'm a bit tired right now, about Peter Purves, as well as the Lambert tapes, a documentary about Verity Lambert, the first producer, and lastly about, well, diva actresses featured in the Doctor Who show. Yeah. So, that's what you get for this season. I know More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS should have been more appropriate to take later, but since it's in the Legacy Collection, I decided to take it now anyway. So, this episode got a bit long because of all the talk about Shara, and one more thing about Shara, let's put it just there, is that it's a novelization of this one as well, which is, well, Gareth Roberts has written this one using the scripts for Shara, and it also features actually an incarnation of Clara from the new series in this one, and, well, he also later, as I said, wrote a novelization of City of Death, which was released, actually, this year I think it was. So, that's it for season 17. The next season will be the last season of Tom Baker as the Doctor in his 7-year tenure as the Doctor. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's a bit silly. So, let's use our Sonic to end this episode. So, adios!